General Hospital spoilers for Friday, July 25th, reveal that Willow Tate will confront Nina Reeves over her affair with Drew Kane while Sonny Corinthos shares some rules across town. Molly Lansing Davis will also surprise Cody Bell. So let's discuss what's ahead in Port Charles. First, on Friday's GH episode, Sonny will make it clear to Marco Rios that he'll stay safe as long as he stays out of Jen Sidwell's business. During Sidwell's conversation with Lucy Coe, he'll play up the idea of peaceful coexistence with Sonny. Even if he doesn't really mean it, Sidwell will indeed strike back at Sonny sooner or later. But he has to be strategic about it and give his next move some thought. Over with Carly Spencer and Lucas Jones, it looks like even more conflict will erupt between them thanks to this whole Sonny and Sidwell situation. Next, Molly will cross paths with Cody at the pool, where she'll say or do something that catches him off guard. With a smile on her face, Molly will guess that she managed to surprise Cody, so he'll smile back as we see more of their spark. However, it seems Christina Corinthos Davis will glare in Cody's direction later and mutter about something being exactly what she was afraid of. Since Cody appears to be developing feelings for Ava in the midst of his seduction mission, Christina may have a big problem with that. At some point, Christina will also serve as a confidant for Michael Corinthos, so he may talk about Sasha Gilmore Corbin leaving PC with Daisy Gilmore and how hard that's been for him. Over with Ava Jerome, she'll be shaken up after her latest interaction with Nina. Since Nina decided she was done letting Drew ruin Willow and stomped off, Ava will know some major drama's about to go down. Meanwhile, Willow will react to Curtis Ashford's news since he just gave her updates on Drew sleeping with her mother last summer. When Willow was falling in love with Drew, he was hooking up with Nina without Willow's knowledge. Willow will decide she wants some answers straight from Nina herself, so she'll confront her about whether Curtis' spillage is true. Did you and Drew have an affair? Willow angrily demands to know in Friday's preview video. Nina may tearfully confess it's true, but she might also push Willow to confess her own Daisy Stalker secret now that she's figured it out. There'll be a lot to unpack and argue about as the week winds down. Nina won't like the person Willow's turned into because of Drew, and will make a last-ditch effort to get through to her daughter. Of course, Nina will also hope Willow can forgive her deception since she's been so desperate to keep their bond intact. As for Drew, he'll tell Scout Kane that they're all going to live happily ever after. But that depends on Willow's next move. The wedding will move forward, though Sidwell seems poised to turn down Lucy Coe's invitation to join her for the festivities. Will Willow dump Drew at the altar, or go through with the nuptials in the end? Regardless, Drew knows something he might use to control Willow now that he's realized she must be Daisy's stalker. General Hospital spoilers say Willow will have a lot to mull over as the wedding day chaos continues, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers preview July 25th. Willow grills Nina for some scandal-soaked answers. The next General Hospital spoilers video for Friday, July 25th, 2025, shows Molly possibly crashing the con while Christina fears the worst, and Sonny advises Marco on how to stay alive. Coming up in Port Charles, Sonny informs Marco, "You will not be touched as long as you stay out of your father's business." Finally, Sonny's being proactive. It's very likely that if he gives his word to Marco, the young man will believe him. He was smart enough to cover for being kidnapped, so perhaps he'll realize Sonny isn't the bad guy. His dad is. Meanwhile, Sidwell tells Lucy, "It's all about peaceful coexistence." Sure, Sidwell. And cats are going to start paying rent. There can be no peace as long as the baddie continues to try to oust Sonny and burn down local businesses. At the Metro Court pool, Molly says to Cody, "Guess I managed to surprise you." Oh! Cody was probably trying to continue to scam Ava when Molly showed up unexpectedly. That whole situation is going to blow up in his face. Also at the pool is Christina, who's looking at something or someone, says, "That's exactly what I was afraid of." Perhaps she saw Molly intruding on her and Cody's scheme? Like something out of a Hallmark movie, Drew tells Scout, "We're all gonna live happily ever after." Right. And Tracy just went viral on TikTok for doing parkour. And Willow demands answers from Nina with, "Did you and Drew have an affair?" Well, technically they didn't. They were dancing between the sheets when Drew decided to woo Willow simultaneously, so it wasn't an affair per se. Either way, hopefully, this finally wakes Willow up to what a cad Drew is. Nina refuses to allow Drew to marry her daughter. And Curtis tells Willow the truth. At the Metro Court pool, Sonny meets with Carly, who is worried about their family's safety given what happened with Marco. Sonny reveals that it was her brother who turned him in to the cops. Michael arrives with Wiley for his swim lesson and greets his parents. He takes Wiley to his lesson, and Carly tells Sonny that she can't believe Lucas went to the cops. Sonny says he wasn't arrested thanks to Marco showing up and making up a story about where he was. He explains he and Sidwell have come to an understanding. Carly asks if that means her family is no longer in danger. Michael appears and would like to know that himself. Michael joins them, and Sonny explains that Sidwell has backed off Measure C, so things are going to improve. Michael still supports Sasha leaving town with Daisy, given the danger. Sonny can't help but wonder if his son wasn't injured, if he and Willow could have come to a compromise. However, that couldn't happen given that Drew took advantage of his injury.